So just want to give a nice little status update on my monk, and then you see I'm highlighting days here. Um, this gym right here is a godsend. So when we complete our combo skill of Ice Strike builds combo points, but I call it the combo skill. Like when we finish a full successful rotation of Ice Strike as a combo, right? Um, it's going to be ancestrally boosted. What that means: more AOE, more damage, and more minimum chance to hits. So a lot of times, if you're watching my stream on my Hollow Palm, you're gonna see extra like little ice clones pop up with Ice Strike, and that's kind of the reason why there. It is what it is, but hey, like I hate losing a link spot or gem spot for this, but right now, I think if you're 4 link like me, if you're 3 link, it's hard to say which is better, right? Um, but I like this 4 link setup. I like this a lot. Um, because it's just ancestrally boosted, which means minimum of 3 monsters getting hit on a mob, right? Not to mention your AoE. Not to mention the 25% increased effect of those AoEs. Not to mention 30% more damage of those, right? So that's really, really good for sending that big wham piece. Um, so for right now, it is what it is. Here's where I'm at in my build. We came up here. We also came up here for this little leg here. We're building up cold damage and freeze build up. Now we're going to be building up our crit. And then we're going to be pretty much, I think the safest bet is going to be, now we could go here later on in life if we want. But I think I'm going to hold off on some stuff, right? I think the better bet for me right now, as long as I'm not dying, is come up here and definitely getting this, right? And then even if I have to, I get up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 7 technically, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And we get up to here, we might as well just respect this crit off, come up here, get the freeze build up, back cap the crit. But anyways, I need to just go ahead and get all this set up to here, get my stuff here, and then I think I'm going to be focused on days, right? Why days? Well, 5% days here, right? Plus extra cold damage. So 1, 2, 3 points there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, probably 3 and 4 because there's so much. So 5, and that's 10. And then 5, 5. That'd be 30% in days duration. But let's call that 10. Oh, what do you know? Crit physical damage, right? And then stun build up, or you go days, days, days. More stun build up, chance to days on hit. I may leave that alone, right? So we're at 10% there. Now, does quarterstaff? I'll have to look at that some in-game builds real quick, maybe, figure this out. But if this stuff If some of these nodes actually work unarmed, I think Hollow Palm was done semi correctly. But I will probably do some stupid shit like coming up here, getting literally every little tidbit that I can, right? Here, because that's just good. Um, Definitely thinking about getting all of this. Attack speed, additional combo on hit, getting this. Um, Per combo consumed up to 40%. That could be good. But also getting stuff like this. Remember, we're at 10% days there. If we manage to get this 10, 15, and this is another 10, that's 25. That's already 35%. We don't need more chance to days on hit. But we'd say we got, yeah, let's say we got this here because this has freeze buildup. 20, 40, 70% more freeze buildup with the quarterstaffs. And this is can attack as though using quarterstaff. Does that count? I have to do some research and being able to get to it and just test it. But for right now, if that could work, perfect. And by the way, crit hit chance on dazed enemies, damage on dazed enemies increased. Like, I could see Days being an epicenter of support for this build because more damage we're doing, more freeze buildup we're doing, more damage we're doing to Frozen. By the way, the more the more we're just decimating everything, right? Eventually, like if this works out, this could be really good. If it doesn't, I don't know. Disappointed. But anyways, I like what I see in the build so far. I'm not even expecting to, or we're not quite to the ascendancy part, but I'm leaning towards more Invoker than Chayula because I don't think Chayula is that good. And that is my opinion. It is not fact. Don't take it as fact. Try them both out, see what you like better. But I think you get better perks for cold as Invoker, right? Chayula, more chaos driven, and they added these notes here, which are formidable. But eventually, you'll be like something like this, where you're immune to chaos damage and bleeding. And I think poison too. But, anyways, they should really update these notes. Stop, just add a new line. Say chaos inoculation makes you immune to bleed, bleed and poison. Um, Traps. Don't like that. I really like this. Is there anything else up here that I really want, right? Say we get the jewel, we could come down here, get this, come up here, get this, right? Come over here, and we can actually come up, do something like that. You know, penetrates cold, 18, 24, more cold damage, right? Freeze build up, cold skills, more like that is I don't care about chill magnitude that much. But that is that is a thought process too, right? And we'll have to level, right? We'll have to get there. So I don't just do a calculation. But as you can see, let's see some playthrough. As you can see, we did abyss like it ain't shit because we're able to kill at this particular juncture in our journey. We're clearing abysses like it ain't shit, right? Um, that's likely to change the higher level we get, closer to the end game we actually get. I foresee that changing, but for right now, people, I don't know. Here's Jamonra Light. Let's do it. Oh, that little ass clown. But as you can see, oh, let's go ahead. Do this. Okay, so as you can see, that's kind of low diff. Just taking whatever damage from Jamonra. Just holding down the button. And here's like your little, another one button campaign. One button campaign as long as your mana can sustain, right? Um, so I like the idea of come down here. And, you know, you can build this like 10 different ways. These nodes are awesome. This can be awesome. Like if you're never low on mana, fear, disgust, guilt, right? You do this, and then if you had, like, maybe a warrior could instill that to have 15% attack speed, but I don't know how good or bad that would be for some people, right? Like, I wish blood magic, like, where is it? Down here? I wish that wasn't, you have no mana, just say mana skills now use life, right? To where your mana can kind of be like a, because you shouldn't not have mana, right? You should have that just convert mana cost to life, and then have the mana as your kind of a life pool source, right? You could go, then the reason why is you go mom, and then your mana is just your HP pool at that point, and your HP pool is a lot better than your mana pool. That is now your new mana pool. That, you know, but it is what it is. Cast speed, chaos resistance, suffering, movement speed. The spear suffer. Ouch. Isolation. Ouch. But nothing in here is really that cheap. Cast speed went on full life. CI builds. That is cheap. Paranoia. Greed. Paranoia. Again, that is cheap. That is cheap. That is cheap. 15% cast speed. That is kind of cheap. I can't tell you enough times how cheap that looks. But that might not be there for your lich, your casters, right? Because we are on a monk, so it may or may not be there, depending on your class. But what I will say is, I I like what I see with this ice strike. Um, Ain't nothing like my problem is I have so much positive anxiety right now because I'm like I always go crit, right? Because I believe in crit. But right now, I'm feeling like, oh, I really need this. Oh, but I want CI and I really want this, right? And I know I need this, right? Because if I get this, and then the other thing we could do, right? We just come up here, get more freeze build up, and as extra fire damage against frozen enemies? Maybe? I don't know. There's so many things, so many possibilities that could go right or wrong. And even when it goes wrong, it's going to be halfway decent, right? That's the way it should be. Alright. 549 damage ice strike. And then that also creates an explosion for cold. Wave of Frost, I don't know. Remember, we are going to have to do Utsal at some point. So rather than be frozen than deal with lightning, right? 549. Almost 100 more DPS a second. Beautiful. Ivory. Kath. Alright. So here we are. We're like early mid act 2. Love and life. There's nothing really that is game changing me right now out of liking this build, right? I have a lot of stuff, random stuff in my stashes right now. So sometimes it's just hard to figure out what I actually want to do with this build. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is, right? I think what I might do, I might put that, I might put this on him at 33. Um, just for bosses and stuff. And until we're CI, I might as well have something. Higher evasion will be a little better attack speed. But anyways, y'all, like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know how your mocks are going. This is just another update video. But until next time, be well, do well, and most of all, treat others well.